Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Siren Frost, and today we are doing another deck profile weekly video featuring, two new decks apparently. We are doing, in this video, the upgraded deck profile video for the upgraded Bruce called Diabolos, it's almost the same damn thing. Diabolos, Viamance, Bruce. If I spelled that 100% correctly, then hopefully I got that right. So Viamance, whatever you want to say it in your language, or how you want to say it, that's up for debate. So in this video, this is basically the upgrade deck profile video for Bruce, and from the last Eternal deck profile for Eternal Mode, Eternal Crystal, or Eternal Power for Bruce, it all ended from Grade 4. Now in this new timeline, or in this new season, Bruce has undergone a new change, a new transformation. So, this new Bruce has now obtained the power of Final Burst. It's an upgraded form to Final Rush, so you still can play Final Rush in this deck. And basically in this one now, it holds a lot more power and a lot more heavy hits than anything else. And thank God, luckily, I got some of the cards in time just saving up. So, yes, I saved up. And what made this all possible for making me these decks again is the fact that I've gotten $200 worth of trades from my binder to my friend's binder. So this wouldn't be possible if I didn't have the cards necessary to get the cards I need now. So this is going to be a glorious time for a couple weeks. Hopefully by then I can get Youthberg done and Nirvana Jiva upgraded to a new power build, at least up to set 7, and then we'll cross that path when we get more stuff. So until then, we're doing Diabolos Bruce in this deck profile. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into the video. So for the riot line is still the same. The grade 0, 1, and 2s are the same, but the grade 3 has changed. So we got Diabolos Innocent Matt for our grade 0. Grade 1 we have Diabolos Bad Steve. Grade 2, we have Diabolos Anger and Pritchard. And then we have our new one, Diabolos Viamance Bruce. That's the best way I'm going to actually say it in this video because I just can't talk right now, apparently. But that's normal. Anyway, so what else is new, right? Anyways, with this new Bruce, it has its two skills that are auto abilities. At the beginning of your battle phase, if all your units have Diabolos in their card names, until the end of your opponent's next turn, you Final Rush, and if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, you Final Burst. Great. Final Burst is also Final Rush. So, same theme, but a little bit more of an upgrade. When this unit attacks, if you are in Final Rush, or Final Burst, Counterblast 1, choose a column, stand all of your rear guards with Diabolos in their card names in that column, and they get 5,000 power in the end of the turn. And since this deck is comprised of Diabolos units, that shouldn't be a problem. Whether it's a trigger or a normal unit, that effect will still go off. So, that is a confirmed right line in this deck. And yes, I'm using Team Daybreak sleeves because Danji Momoyama, or Naguso, whatever you want to call his real name for the eyes, Danji has still with Team Daybreak, but he's now more of one of the few protagonists in the series. So, now, for the trigger lineup for the main deck, I did change back to the 15Ks on the heal triggers. As much as I love the effect heal triggers, which is amazing, the 10K shield doesn't always cut it for me too much. So, I decided to go back to the 15K and keep at least one heal trigger that is a 10K shield. So, for the heal triggers, we're playing 3 copies of Diabolos Girls Arianna. I still think this is an essential. 1 copy of Incorruptible Holy Light Eufha. Now, the reason why I chose this unit importantly out of the other one that does a critical trigger thing. When this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, if your opponent's attacking unit has attacked 2 more times this turn, this unit gets 15k until the end of that battle. So it gains 15k shield, or 15k shield right then and there. So it'd be a 25k shield. Just easy. Simple enough. So, and the rest are just going to follow as whatever. Next, we got 2 draw triggers, which is 2 Rileys. And we got 3 copies of Diabolos Girls MaiMai. Well, okay, we may have to move it down here a wee bit. But yeah, 3 of her. 4 copies of Steam Deviate Dragon. Because we do need a Soul Blast sometimes in this deck. So I don't see the problem using 4 of them. Plus, it's just a good 2k boost. More than you kind of need. Next, we got 2 front triggers, which is Natalia for the 20k shield. And then we also have Terrifying Wicked Dragon King Vanguard. I like this one over Galgmahel because I just love the dragon artwork. So, sorry, Galgmahel, but you've been dismissed. So that is my trigger lineup. And I know people don't like fronts, but please understand, fronts are very much an essential for this deck anyways. Okay. Now for grade 1s, we are playing a good number of grade 1s in this deck, so we're basically playing 12 grade 1s. So that's not too much, not too less, so it's just right, like Goldilocks. We're playing 4 copies of Diabolos Girl Stefanie. People tell me that this card has been a very essential to the Bruce format anyways. So if you are in Final Rush, all your other units in the same column as this unit gets 5,000 in a turn. So does it boost itself or... Okay, so the front one, it wouldn't boost. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. So like I said, it does go with big numbers. So Stephanie's a big essential. Along with another card we have in our deck, which is Diabolos Girls Heidi. Now, Heidi is from the set 10 collection. And so this deck's all mix and match from the newer set and the old set. So it's just a mix and match right there. So Heidi's skill is, when this unit boosts, if you are in Final Rush, this unit gets 5,000 power in a turn. So if Stefanie doesn't cut it anymore for you, Heidi's up 4 is a good thing. For complete guards, we're playing 3 copies of Repelled Malice Dragon. Just for preference, because I actually like this artwork a lot more than the Hated Recluse Hate Dragon. And then we're also playing 1 Elementaria Sanctitude, whatever how you want to fucking say it. So I think it's just an essential goodness. So that is it for grade 1. Now for grade 2, we are playing 11 grade 2s in this deck. I just realized that. So the 4 we're playing is 4 copies of Diabolos Madonna Megans. I was actually pretty happy that I finally got my playset of Megans, especially since I'm very OCD. So I could have gone with the reprint version of Megans to make it more easier, but I wanted like the actual full rarity of the original one. So give or take on this one. So basically what she does is, when this unit attacked, if you're in Final Rush, this unit gets 10,000 power in the turn. So it is a very big heavy hitter for the deck. You can also choose Derek or I think another one. I just don't remember which one. But right now, 4 Megans is a yes. Next, we also got 4 copies of Diabolos Heavy Launcher Patrick's. So he's a new addition from the collection, from the set 10 collection. If you are in Final Burst, this unit gets 10,000 power. Active only. Okay, good. Auto skill is, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you are in Final Rush, Soul Blast 1, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and move it to the Guardian Circle. If you are in Final Burst, choose two cards instead of 1. So that's why you gotta wait for your opponent's Vanguard to be grade 3 and you have to be grade 3 to become a Final Burst. But you can still activate the skill to at least move one of them to the Guardian Circle. And so it will disrupt your opponent's field a lot bit more better. Next, for the final thing, we are playing 3 copies of Diabolos Knuckler Jamil. I used to play him at 4, but I decided to buckle down and cut one of them off in exchange for Megan. Just because Megan has more of a better effect than him. But I'm not going to deny him his effect right now. So he's another card from set 9. So he has a Vanguard and a Guardian, or not Vanguard, Rear Guard and Guardian effect. If you are in Final Burst, he gets 10,000 power to the attack and 5k to the shield when he intercepts. Groovy. When this unit is placed on Rear Guard, if you have Vanguard with Diabolos Viamance Bruce, so it has to be a Viamance Bruce, Catalyst 1 and Soul Charge 1, Choose up to one grade 3 or less normal unit with Diabolos in its card name from your soul and call it to an open rear guard. Now, here's the downside. The downside is you actually have to have a Diabolos card in the soul, a grade 3 let alone, and your Vanguard has to be Viamance Bruce. So, again, that's just one of them, you know. But yeah, that is my grade 2 lineup. I'm actually pretty proud that I'm actually building this deck, because, believe it or not, I only build this deck when it calls for, like, all the right line collections. And since I'm actually starting to do it now, I feel like a little bit more happier and more accomplished to know I'm doing all this. And I'm saying it is by choice, and it's by me having a good time with it. Next, for the grade 3s, we are playing 7 grade 3s in this deck. We are playing 3 more copies of Diabolos Viamance Bruce for the Persona Right ability. And then we're also playing 4 copies of Diabolos Diver Julian. Now, I had a very hard time with Julian at first because his skill, it requires to have an open rear guard, and since I don't always have an open rear guard, that's a big if. So his skill is, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, counterblast 1, and this unit gets 2,000 power in turn for each card in your damage zone. So, yeah, that's like, so 5 damage would be like 10,000 power right there. If you have a Vanguard with Bruce in its card name, you may soul charge 1 for every 2 cards in your damage zone. Choose up to the same number of cards soul charged by this effect from your soul and call them to an open rear guard. So, that's when you have to realize you have to learn to intercept. Well, actually we all know how to intercept, so why am I saying that? Sorry about that. Just make sure you have an open rear guard no matter what it is, no matter where it is, back to the front, whatever you want to do. Just make sure there's an open ones when you use Julian's skill, because, hell, it took me a while to practice with that one. So, but that is it for the deck profile video upgrade. New chapter for Bruce, which is Diabolos Viamance Bruce. This deck is actually a lot more powerful now since the new support came out, and the new ride line, it's pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. Although, I'm not really too crazy about the purple color, but you know what? It may mean that the red was a big of a small fire, and now purple has become more of a bigger fire. So, that is it for the video, you guys. I hope you guys do enjoy this video very much so. Be sure to be sure to stay tuned for part 2 of Deck Profile Weekly videos, where we're going to be talking about Blue Storm Dragon Maelstrom. Yes, I said Maelstrom, and you're going to hear probably a lot of cringing things about it. So, just make sure you stay tuned for that. And as always, you guys, I've been your host, Siren Frost, signing out.